So, how's basically this impacted your life? I mean, some of these problems. I mean, your family, how they've been having to deal with some of your
Well,
issues?
I mean, you couldn't drive, you couldn't take care of yourself, you couldn't do anything, you know, you had to depend on others.
Right.
You couldn't drive yourself, you know, and I mean, like, you couldn't actually, like, clean up, and then, you know, I had not just the brain problems, but I had knee problems, I had other type of, you know, problems that caused it because of my service.
So actually, your family and friends had to kind of pick up the slack and help you because you had those problems that you had to deal with, so.
I became more dependent on others.
Right. Yeah. Were they all good about helping you, or did some people push away with? They said, I don't want to deal with your problems.
Well, no, some people would tell you they want to help you, but they ain't really helping you.
Right.
So you go through that too. Congress passed a bill, legislation, it's called Combat-Related Special Compensation. And when my paperwork don't show line of duty, so that caused you to not get your CRSC. So now I'm using an attorney because I felt that I do have TBI, traumatic brain injury, because of the type of work I did in the military, and I was constantly, you know, training a lot.
Right. I see.
But the active duty, they didn't write anything to support. So it can't, like say VA, so most of they base how they come to the conclusion is what your active duty write. So now you have to prove another way that you had this type of problem. But they didn't put line of duty.
Which means that you.
So they know they was not helping me.
Oh.
By just the way that they're not just they done Staff Sergeant John Lewis that way. They done numerous soldiers that way. And then even when I met Diego, even did the guards, they go through the same thing. So we don't have people in support of us that actually what we really go through or the real problem.
So they write this wasn't in the line of duty? Is that what they're saying?
Right, and that's why you don't get the proper compensation for it.
So,
or reward for it.
So according to them, if this didn't happen in the line of duty, that they're not so required.
Well, that means from VA you're not going to get it.
You're not going to get it.
Right, and that's what brings us to this today.
I see.
To share some truth or life of what maybe soldiers go through.
So your dealings with the VA, it's been pretty difficult then, huh?
Well, no, you cannot blame the VA. I think I would blame the Department of Army, DOD, because they're the one that's got to make sure that we're getting proper annotations of these things that we go through. So when you run into someone like Diego, it makes it hard, even in his case, because they know that then we don't have the supporting document.
Right. So
they're more dishonest, and that's what I believe.
Why is it that you think the DOD is doing this?
Because of money.
You think it comes down to money?
Because of money. Because you have the numbers to be more substantial if the truth was told. It's about numerous and millions others that are maybe getting shortchanged because we don't really take care of our veterans. You know, they have the hearings, they have the down and say the hearings, and regardless of what them findings or it becomes expensive, then they take, well, it's a money issue. I know behind closed doors, they still want to talk about the fight on the war on terror, but then it seems no money amount for them to fund the war, but not the same money amount to take care of us individuals that have been through these conflicts. You know, you don't want to ever say that it's VA, because they can't support it if you was in, let's say, like I was in the Army and the documentation is right, and some branches I think do it better than others, the Air Force or maybe the Navy. When you go on a training exercise, they actually document, you know, the things that occur, and the Army don't do that. So they might need to work on standardizing that when, you know, we're in training, that these are the things that are occurring to us.
I see.
So change standards.
It's not that VA you could blame. It's a DOD. It's leadership. It's leadership will say the president or the Congress, because you know that they stay quick that I care about a veteran, but we can't tell. It's easy to use our names, but showing is more than actually, you know, saying the word. What Diego's bill was going to do is a screen line before you even go. So I think if you say you caring about veterans or guards, then how are you caring about them if you're not even screen lining them before they even go off to training? So you know what you're dealing with. So what are you trying to tell us? I think you're trying to tell us that you really don't care. I don't see someone should be fighting for a bill that's something that's a top priority. It's actually going on with most general population of the veterans today. Our own state should take care of the guards a lot better because the rotations are what, 3, maybe possibly 4 to 5 now. Because you got to increase the numbers to have the rotation even to be less.
So people are getting subjected to more and more active.
Yeah, I think the states need to be taking a role, a more active role, because their guards are going and they're suffering through these. So now, you know, you can't put everything on the federal. I think everybody's a part of this problem. Because they're not collaborating or communicating to say what they're going to do. They wait till we have the Walter Reed scandal. And when I was active duty, Walter Reed was finna be cut anyway. Then you know the general takes the fall guy for the president, and the truth be told, then, you know, you're not gonna put money into a facility that's finna go away. But then when we had the war on terror, now all of a sudden they said Walter Reed was substandard, and the real truth, they just wasn't caring or wasn't prepared to deal with what the numbers of people that had to come back wounded.
So in a way, you feel like you've done your duty for your country, and you've been a little bit let down by their lack of support for your issues.
Well, not just my issues. I look at all our issues. I have even family members that are serving. So you kind of like, if they didn't take care of me, then how are they going to take care of your fellow soldier that's serving now, or even your family member?
That's right. You have family that's also in the military.
Right, that's in right now.
So you're concerned about their health and well-being now too, not just your own.
Or even our guards that are used more than ever any time in our lifetime. So I mean, who's going to look out for them? So you can't justify nothing when there's no information.
Mm-hmm.
Or either maybe they don't want you interviewing us veterans or active duty because now we have to find a way to fix this problem. You know, it'll go away by us never saying anything. To me, and what don't balance is, okay, we have Afghanistan, we have Saudi, and you know, you have civilian contractors and they're making money, but you kind of like, they think we're kind of ignorant. I mean, you got these contractors over there and they're making money, but how about the sacrifice that your veteran have been through? They making billions and losing millions because they're tracking or accounting of it, but then what do the family members, what do the service members, who has their back?